Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Minecraft Handbook. Today we're going to go adventuring a little bit, but first of all we need to make something. Now of course, if you're on Java Edition like I am, what you want to do is place planks like this and you'll get yourself a boat. If you're on Bedrock Edition you need to put in a wooden shovel and that will give you a boat. But we're playing on Java, so of course we're not going to use that. I'm not too sure why there's a parity difference, but there is, so yeah. Right, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be exploring into the ocean, because there are things like shipwrecks and little like sunken houses, and I'm not entirely sure what the name for them is, as well as of course ocean monuments. Now before, I don't know if you could see, there is actually one just off the coast here. There's also a fox just chilling in the water. But yeah, like just here, and we're gonna go adventure into it, see if it has any cool stuff. Right, let's break through there. There's some cool blocks, I guess, at the very least. Is there anything here? I'm not sure there is. We're gonna have to float back to the surface though, otherwise we might end up running out of air to breathe. Right, let's venture down again. Now I don't think there's going to be anything cool under this one. Yeah, I mean, there we go. There's a chest, and we got buried treasure map. Okay, that's better than I thought it would be. Let's float back up to the surface before we end up drowning, and we can hop back into our boat. Now the great thing about finding things like the buried treasure chest is, you know, we now have a map and we can find where we're going. And if you follow the map correctly, you'll see yourself in this area with the big cross on it. So as you can see, some of the sand has fallen around here. I'm not entirely sure if that's hinting that there's a chest here, but I'm just going to destroy that bit anyway. We should probably keep the water out as well, but I think it's more likely that this is going to be around here. So let's start digging. If we come down here, it should be within the sandier regions. It shouldn't be too deep down, I don't think. Obviously there's no guarantee, so we're gonna have to keep digging around until we find it. Now the loot in these can be very varying. Sometimes you can get some absolutely awesome loot, sometimes it can be absolutely terrible. I would highly recommend doing these kind of things probably slightly earlier than I've done them. I really wanted to make a focus on the traditional way of playing Minecraft, but obviously with the new updates, things like treasure hunting has become a lot more of a focus. But yeah, let's get rid of all of this, and I'm gonna start digging down even more just in case it is down here. I just have to make sure. And as you can see, we are kind of right on the map. It's saying that it should be slightly this way, but obviously that goes into the water, so I might have to explore under here as well, which could be a real pain to do. Let's continue to kind of take as much of this out as possible, and there we go, we found the chest. It's just under here, and we got some awesome things. We found a heart of the sea, 2 diamonds, some TNT, some iron, and some gold. The heart of the sea probably is the most interesting thing there. You guys won't have seen that in this series yet, and that can be used to make a conduit. Now we won't be doing that this episode, but that's certainly something I would love to do in the future. Obviously over here we've got ourselves a dark oak forest. That's pretty cool. There's certainly a lot of things I could do with that kind of wood. I'm not sure if I'm going to collect any now. I think I'm going to leave that and maybe come back to it if I want any, and I'm just going to keep exploring around in the nearby ocean, just to see if I can find anything else that's cool. Obviously, you know, we've got all sorts of things like dolphins, fish and squid, all stuff that you would have hopefully have seen before in this handbook. But yeah, I will cut back if I find anything else. Alright, so as we ventured towards the nearby biomes, we actually stumbled upon a shipwreck. Now this is super awesome. As you can see, it's kind of covered over by a lot of stuff, so hopefully it's not too much of a pain to get into, but you can see we've already got into one of the chests, and that's got some nice gear. There's fire protection, 4 leather pants. I'm not sure if I'll ever use them, but I'll certainly take them just in case. Now I'm pretty sure there's only one chest at this side, but at this side there should be 2, so let's quickly try and break into here. What's the best way to do this? We want to get into here because this is a gap in the water, so at least this way we can't run out of oxygen. There's only one chest in here, okay. Right, well, we got ourselves a whole bunch of iron there. We got some iron nuggets, some lapis, and I should probably trade in this dirt. I'm not sure what I'll trade in for the lapis. Maybe that birch block, and I'll put the potatoes in there quickly. Bottle of enchanting, that's pretty cool. We can just throw that on the floor, and that will give us some extra XP. Is there anything else in here? I don't think so. We're gonna have to venture back out this way, so let's just break ourselves a path. I almost managed to drown myself just a second ago, and we'll just come in here and we'll make sure that there's definitely nothing else. I don't think there is. Okay, well, that's that kind of thing for Shipwrecks. As you can see from just 5 minutes work, we managed to get ourselves a fair amount of resources. But yeah, I'm gonna take all this stuff back to the base. And once again, as we scour the oceans, we find ourselves yet another shipwreck. Now this one will probably be the last one we explore, but as you can see, this one is absolutely massive. Yeah, I mean, it still has its sails intact, and hopefully that means that there's going to be some better loot as we come in here. What have we got? We've got a whole bunch of lapis, we've got some emeralds as well. I've got to be careful with my oxygen to make sure that I don't run out. We're struggling to get out here. Right, there we go. And then I'm not sure if there's any underneath that. Is there any going this way? I know that I've got to grab in here Curse of Vanishing, Suspicious Stew, and some carrots. Now let's come back up to the surface. I'm not entirely sure what a Suspicious Stew does. That's something I'll definitely have to look up and come back to you guys on. This just brings us in here. We got ourselves a clock, some paper, that's kind of cool, and we got ourselves a buried treasure map. Well, you know what this means, guys. It means that we get to look for more buried treasure, which is awesome. And I think we're actually in a very pretty biome. Obviously we're right next to like coral reef kind of style stuff. So if we just take that in for a second, yeah, it does look absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's try and work out where we are. We're nowhere really near any kind of land, so that's not very helpful, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scour the ocean a bit more. I'm going to work out, where's this pointing to, and then I will cut back for you guys to see. And I think I have found the location. So as you can see on the treasure map, we are kind of in the right spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of take out all of this, and there is really kind of no way of knowing. It's kind of very haphazard about how to do this, but oh my god, there's a lot of stuff here. We've got 18 emeralds in total now from those 2 things, and we've got some prismarine shards. That's pretty cool. Prismarine crystals, I don't know if they used to be called prismarine shards and have been renamed. Sorry, I completely lost my words there. But yeah, that's certainly interesting. I'm sure they used to be called shards. But yeah, we've got 2 turtles here. I'm not going to be coming back here, so I might see if I can get a helmet from them. I'm sorry, Mr. Turtle. We're gonna have to try and see if we can get this. They dropped some seagrass. That's not very useful, unfortunately. That's a shame. They didn't drop anything, and obviously seagrass cannot be made into anything, so I'm just gonna drop that back into the ocean. As you can see, we're in a savanna biome now, which is kind of cool. I haven't been in one of these in this world yet, I don't think. It's very much like a dried out kind of plain style biome. Yeah, I'm not too sure if there's gonna be much here though. I might have a quick look around, but it doesn't really tend to be very much. I mean, the most that really tends to be in these are villages, but as you can kind of see, there doesn't seem to be one of those too close by. It does look quite nice though. It's got a very different aesthetic to the spruce biome or tiger biome, as I'm reminded they should be called, that we live in back home. As we come up here, there's not really too much still. It does go into a desert, which is kind of cool. I might grab myself some cacti, and then we can start ourselves a cactus farm at some point, but really there's not a lot going on here. Let's just come over this hill. Is there anything cool in the desert? Now the desert does have temples occasionally. Unfortunately on this occasion it doesn't look like it does, and it doesn't look like we're running into much luck with a lot of these things besides the shipwrecks themselves. Is there anything up here? I don't want to stray too far, as I know that A, it's gonna take me a while to get back, and B, I don't want to bore you guys. But obviously, you know, if I can capture things like temples, you know, I might as well, whilst it's on camera. We'll start using some ender pearls just to kind of get across the landscape quickly. And it looks like we're actually coming back into another savanna at this end. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't look like there's anything of any value here. So I'm gonna head back to the house, but I'm going to be doing that off camera because that is all I have time for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We did manage to find ourselves, was it 2 shipwrecks? We went for 2 buried treasures. We also looted some underground like water houses. I still don't know what they're called. We found a heart of the sea. We got some emeralds, we got a clock, we got virtually every random piece of item you can find that's not direct valuable. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna, you know, play around with some of these things, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.